So if you guys have been following my channel for very long, you will know that I've had trouble with these GPI pumps. This one in particular has off and on just not wanted to work. I have had to in the past take this switch out just like this. And inside of here, I don't know why they don't just put this switch on the outside instead of making it so fancy, but I'm sure there's a reason. Let's see what we can get here. I hear some crackling sounds. Okay, there it went. I don't like that that's crackling in there. Let's pull this out and see if we've got some charred wiring or melted wiring. The way you get this out is pulling that little bitty Torx out. That guy. That's a T15 Torx. Before we start pulling that wiring out that could arc off on this body, take our power loose. This guy out. It is a tight fit. I have actually changed this switch. Well, maybe that's part of our problem. I have changed this switch out, and it's such a pain to get this wiring back in here. For me, it was a pain. So let's see. Let's try something here. There's a little capacitor there. I really feel like just taking all this out and just bypassing it. Let's just see what happens. So I just bridged this. Let's hook it up and see if it burns up. I'm gonna see if I can fill my tank up and see if this wiring gets hot or the motor gets really hot. And I might just straight wire this thing. Don't see any sparking. Let's check it. The pump is running really smoothly. The motor doesn't feel hot yet. That wiring is warm, but it's not surprising. The wiring is getting pretty warm, but that's not really surprising for what it's driving. I'm gonna finish topping this tank out. This is a 15 gallon per minute pump, not very high flow. I know my tank is at least 25 gallons low, so a couple of minutes this thing's gonna run and we'll check back in and see how warm it gets. Good news, it worked out. Motor didn't get hot, wiring didn't get too hot, but I can see where that one being partially broken here turned that wiring black, which means it was getting hot. It's no wonder that it wasn't working good. The pump doesn't sound as strong as it has in the past, but that's okay. It's still pumping, it's working, it's gonna get the job done. The one reason that I'm probably not gonna go with GPI anymore is I want to go to higher flow pumps, which Fill-Rite at Tractor Supply has a 20 gallon per minute, 12 volt system. And I like that because I can keep these tanks out here standalone. I'll also be able to convert the truck, which I have a GPI on right now. I'll be able to convert it over to 20 gallon per minute. You wouldn't think it, but 5 gallons per minute, that's pretty significant. I don't really trust this connection. I'm gonna cut this off, get the correct fitting here to fit into this one, and then I'll just put some electrical tape on it. It's not my best work, but it will get the job done. That halfway decent. That'll work until I get a better pump on here.